Well, we might just get this up today because your girl's up early as, well, y'all know, early AF. She's up early AF. Hello, friends. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new around these parts, hello. Thank you so much for clicking. In today's video, I'm doing another plan with me for the week of May 13th. This is my anniversary week with Bay, so I decided to use this cherry bomb kit from Caress Press. I have been waiting a solid 25 years to use this kit. I'm exaggerating, of course, but I've been waiting a while to use this kit. It was initially a mystery, and I made the dumb mistake of not getting it when the overstock was released for the mystery. And I spent, y'all, legit a year searching for this kit. I finally found it like a year later, and I cannot remember from who it was because I think this happened like a year ago. So it's been like 2 years in the making at this point. I got it from someone on Instagram, though. They got it at a planner party, I think, or one of those like planner meetup situations. And I don't know if they got it in like a grab bag or like a freebie bag or something, but they got it there. And I'm pretty sure they just sent it to me. Like, I don't think I think maybe I paid them for shipping. I'm trying to remember who it was. It might have been Cindy from Obsessed with Paper. Maybe. Don't hold me to that. It might not have been Cindy. I'm not sure, but whoever it was, if you're watching this, thank you so much. And I've just kind of been hanging on to it since. And I thought that, aside from like Valentine's Day, I thought that our anniversary week was such a great time to use it because it is just a fun kind of diner kit that obviously leans towards like the lovey-dovey vibes. And I just really loved it, and we're such foodies anyway, so it was just great. I'm just so glad that I was finally able to use it. And the perk of having to wait so long to use it is that these underlays came along from Plan With Me stickers. They are checkered cherry underlays in, I believe these are in sparkly red, if I'm not mistaken, either red or sparkly red. From Plan With Me stickers. And I also used a hollow sprinkles foil bundle from Caress Press as well. I love the combo, loved how it turned out. I was a little skeptical about doing the sparkly red and hollow, but I'm glad I ended up going that route because I think it helped pick up that light blue in the kit really well. And I just love kind of the sprinkle edition. I'm usually not very like keen on doing a full, well, I've definitely done like full themed bundles and use everything from that theme, but I don't know, something about using like all cherries felt like too much to me, so I really like this kind of in between that I chose to do. And I love how it turned out. So I think that's everything for, trying to think, is there anything else I used? I filmed this pre-vacation. It is now post-vacation. I really wanted to do this voiceover before vacation, y'all, but I just did not have the time. I was just running around trying to get everything done before going on vacay. So, but we're here now, and you still have gotten at least a video every week since. So I'm trying to make that at least 2 videos because I'd like to catch up a little bit. But y'all, I feel like I might have hit a planner funk. Like, I've always heard other folks in the community talk about like a planner funk and just not feeling motivated. And I was always like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know what that is. And now I think I might have hit it. And I'm not sure how to feel about it. I'm just not super motivated. I'm still like, I'm excited to use all my things, like all my kits and foil and stuff, but I don't know. It's like getting myself, I think the issue is getting myself to start it. But once I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, okay, I know this feeling. I like this feeling. But yeah, it's really interesting. I remember always being like, how do you get into a planner funk? Like, I don't know what that is. And I think I might be in one. So we'll see. You'll see by the videos or lack thereof on the channel in the next few weeks. But I am kind of, this is the excuse I'm giving myself. I'm recovering from the time difference from vacation, which I went to California, for those of you who don't know. And not only did I do that, I wanted to save money on the flight. So our flight home was a red eye, y'all. It was a red eye flight. And let me tell you, a red eye flight from the West Coast to the East Coast, bad. Like, I feel like a red eye flight is hard anyway. I know some people sleep on the plane and they're like Gucci with that. I'm not that person. I can't sleep on the plane. I hate flying. I'm too anxious. So that doesn't work for me. So for someone like me, a red eye flight is really detrimental at my age, at my old age. I'm not in my 20s no more. So that will be the first and last time that will be happening, because we were dead. It was just so bad. It was so bad. And I feel like I'm still kind of recovering. This is the first time I'm up this early. Like, for a minute, I kept getting up at like 11. I'm like, girl, you got to work. Like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You need to work. But then we have the holiday weekend, and there's been a lot of family stuff going on. And I just have a lot of things, like things planned, things going on in my life. So I think I'm just kind of getting through this busy season, which hopefully will only be through this 4th of July weekend. And then I'll be a free girl, maybe. I don't know. I'm hesitant to say that because who knows? Which, this is a side note, but y'all, tell me why they did fireworks. They always do fireworks every year in my town, but they did them this year on the 1st of July. That was a Monday. Why? Why? When you had a whole weekend. You have a whole weekend coming up. Even a Friday would have made more sense. Even actual 4th of July day would have made more sense. Why did you do it on a random ass Monday? It was so freaking strange. But anyways, vacation was so lovely, you guys. It was so good to see my bestie. We don't get a lot of time to hang out because obviously we live so far away from each other. So when we do, it's always a treat. And I got to spend, I would say, probably like half the vacation with him. So, which was amazing. So I'm so grateful for that. We had such a good time. It's always laughs and silliness when we're together. I don't want to get into too much of what we did because obviously we're going to have that plan with me to go through it all in detail, but we had a lot of fun, and I wish I was still on vacation in many ways because, oh man, when reality, you got to come back to reality. It hits so hard. It hits so hard. But yeah, had a great time. And y'all, I enjoy Cali. I really do. This is my 3rd time going. Well, this was my 3rd time going. But y'all, those of you who live in Cali, because I know there's a few of you, like, how do you afford life? Like, are y'all making bank? Y'all must be making bank. Because I just, like, it is so expensive. Oh my God. Like, it is so expensive. I thought Mass was expensive, but I feel like Cali is a new level. So I need to understand how y'all are living out there. Oh my God. That and the long ass flight is what keeps me from going there more often. Because honestly, I enjoy it there. The weather is lovely. Most of the time anyway. And it's just nice. It's open. I don't know. It's different. It's definitely a different world. Whenever I go over there, I'm like, whoa, it doesn't feel like anything else that I've experienced. Not that I've experienced a ton in my life, but it doesn't really feel like any place else. But yeah, I don't know how y'all do it. Shout out to y'all, because oof, expensive. Although, okay, this is so random, you guys, but I have to share because I was telling Bay about this because I'm really trying to figure out why it's not like this here in Mass, or maybe here in the East Coast. I don't know. But when I go to Starbucks, y'all, I get the iced green tea latte, matcha latte. And here, I've seen them make the drink 8,000 times because I get it all the time. I'm so sorry if you guys hear the truck in the background. I'm sure it will leave soon, but I don't want to stop this voiceover. I get it here all the time, and I see how they make it. They use the matcha powder, put your milk of choice, and they shake, senora. Shake, senora. And then, some shake better than others. Sometimes it's well mixed. Sometimes it's not well mixed. Sometimes they hand you milk. That only happened like twice, but still. Really, y'all? It's a green tea latte. You handed me a cup of milk? Stop that. But when I went to Cali, you guys, I think I got it twice in different places. And both times they blended it My mind was blown. And of course, the result is a perfectly green matcha latte. Those of you who get matcha lattes know what I'm talking about. Like, they will hand you something that is not green. I'm like, this is the color. This color is off, child. You know it's off. I know it's off. Why you handed me this? Like, for what? Why are we going to both waste our time? This drink is too expensive for that. Get it together. But they blend it over there all the time, and it is always perfect. I'm like, why doesn't Massachusetts do this? Someone tell me. Does anyone know the answer? Does anyone who either worked for or currently works for Starbucks know the answer to this question? Because I need to know. Tell me, baby girl, because I need to know. It was a Mark Anthony reference. You're welcome. But yeah, anyways, that was a tangent. But we had a great time. We'll chat all about the specifics in that plan with me. But as far as this week goes, as I mentioned, it was Bay's and I anniversary. It's been 9 years, which is just craziness. I read a meme yesterday that said something like, I hung out with this man once and we've been together ever since. And I'm like, that is the strangest thing, but it's so true. It's so true for everyone. But when put that way, it's like, wow, that's insane. But yeah, that's what's been happening. So that's crazy. Every time I mention the year to anyone, they're like, so are y'all getting married? And I'm like, for what? For why? Should I? Is there a reason? I don't know. I feel like maybe eventually we will. I just don't feel like dealing with the dynamics of family. His family and my family are so incredibly different. And whenever I have to deal with them for like a night, like for a few hours, like 3 hours, I'm stressed to the umpteenth degree. So I can't even imagine a full day or weekend of having to deal with them together. It's just going to be a no. It's just going to be a hard pass for me. So unless we elope, which we could do, I just don't see that happening. I think eventually we might elope. That's where I think I've landed on things. I think we might just elope. That might be the easiest solution for my anxiety. I just don't. People always say that the wedding day is for like your guests. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Like, what? No, I don't want that. I don't want to throw a party for my guests. No, thank you. Mind you, a real expensive ass party, not a like, come over, have some drinks and dinner kind of party, like the most expensive party, because if it has wedding in it, the price is jacked up 55,000 times the original. So I'm just not in a rush to do that. We live in our life. We're good. But yes, it has been 9 whole years with Bay. What else happened this week? I'm trying to think. I was dealing with more of my dad's stuff, so there was a lot of mental breakdowns and a lot of gathering paperwork and a lot of talking to medical care teams and staff and a lot of frustrations and just, the whole nine. The whole nine. Unfortunately, we really couldn't do anything for our anniversary because of everything that was going on, which was a bummer. But I think on the weekend of this week, I think it was this week, we did go out to eat. I don't remember where we went though, but I feel like we went out to eat on Saturday or Sunday, one of them. So that happened. What else is going on, y'all? I don't have anything fun really to talk through with the week because, like I said, May is a rough one. It does start to get a little bit better towards the end of May, but May is a rough one. This is why I'm trying to get through all of my May spreads and get into June already, because I don't really want to relive this stuff. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Yeah, so that was this week. Oh, what Friday? Not Friday. Wednesday was payday, which was fantastic because we love that for us. And I think that's it. As far as the week, I don't think there was anything else that was like much of a standout. Let me just check. Oh, I was so nervous because on this Wednesday, actually, I had to go to the Social Security office for my dad. And I won't get into details as to why, because why would I put that on the internet? But I was nervous because one, being there is always going to make me nervous, but I wasn't even there for myself. I was there for someone else who isn't. And of course there's privacy issues with that, right? And security issues with that. So luckily I called first and I was like, hi, this is what I want to do. Can I do it without my dad there? And they were like, here's what you need, yada, 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 X, Y, and Z. So I got X, Y, and Z. There was literally no one there, you guys. Like, no wait. It was just me when I walked in, which was so eerie. Like, instead of making me relieved, it made me even more self-aware. I was like, oh God. But luckily the girl, or like the clerk, I'm not sure what their like official title is, but the person I got was very, very sweet. I was nervous that I wasn't going to be able to do it, 'cause she was like, oh, I need this information. And it's so funny. The information she needed, I just discussed with my uncle recently. So I knew it, but if I didn't have that discussion with him, I probably would not have known it. So it was kind of crazy. I was like, thank you, God. But everything ended up turning out fine. It was just more the nerves of it all and like the anxiety of it all, but ended up being totally fine and everything worked out. Thank God for the better there. But I was so nervous, y'all. And you know what? It made me realize, I actually realized this watching Jane the Virgin. And I had such a like aha moment with it. And this is for anyone who is a child of immigrant parents who may also feel this way. But I always used to be annoyed growing up because my mom has always been very guarded and like very reserved and doesn't like whenever documentation is requested of her. Like, it's just something she doesn't like. Like, obviously she'll submit it because she needs to, but she's always very uncomfortable with it and she always complains about it. And I would always be like, what's the big deal? Like, just do it. Like, what's the big deal? And then I remember this was one of the things that Jane the Virgin did so beautifully, but there was this really incredible moment in that show, and it was a tiny moment. But if you watch that show and you're an immigrant or a child of immigrants, you probably were like, oh my God. I think especially if you're a child of immigrants. But Jane is trying to get her book released or published, and she writes, really heavily inspired by the people around her, and her grandmother is one of those people. So she writes a character that's based off her grandmother, and her grandmother reads it and doesn't like it and wants her to change it. And then something happens in between, and then her grandmother comes back and says she's fine with it. She's good with it. And that Jane doesn't have to change it. And she's like, what made you change your mind? And she says it's her husband. And so Jane goes to him and thanks him. She's like, thank you so much for talking her into letting me, keep this in the book. How did you convince her? And it was such a beautiful moment because he was like, when you are an immigrant, you're used to living like this, like you need to hide, and you're used to living afraid. And, I don't want to give things away in the show in case you haven't seen it, even though it's been around forever. So if you haven't seen it, it's kind of on you. It's not something they need to worry about anymore, basically, in the show. And that was the conversation he had with her. Like, our lives are different now. We don't need to worry about that anymore. And it was such like a holy shit moment for me. Cause I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's why she's so scared and so defensive whenever it's requested of her, because she had to live like that for, I don't even know how long, maybe not even for a long time, but still it's hard to shake that feeling of being afraid or feeling like you need to hide a part of yourself, especially if documentation is required of you. So it really helped me understand that. And I'm so grateful to that show for that and many other things. But it was such a beautiful moment. The writer of that show, or the writers, I should say, just freaking killed it. I'm just saying. Anyways, the way they capture such really beautiful moments, and they're such small moments, but they're so big in context and importance in the story. So yeah, it really gave me a new understanding, because I was terrified, and I was terrified not for the reasons that she might have been terrified. of being there. But it made me understand that fear she had too, you know, even though it stemmed from a different place. So yeah, I think as I get older, I think as we all get older, we, you know, kind of start to realize that our parents are just humans, like just humans, not superheroes, don't have all the answers, and just did the best that they could with what they had. That's what I've learned as I gotten older. Anyways, I feel like this got very deep and philosophical for no reason at all. But here we are at the end of the plan with me. It got me through, so I'll take it. I think I'm this introspective lately because I just did my 3rd or 4th session of therapy. I think I told y'all that I started therapy, and it's made me even more introspective lately. And let me tell you, y'all, few things are harder in this life than facing yourself. Because damn, y'all didn't warn a sister about that, but it's okay. Nobody said it would be easy. I'm here for it. Here we are at the end of this semi-introspective plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love how this spread turned out. Yeah, I love it. I'm so glad I went with this foil pairing. I hope you did too. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, as it really does help support the channel, and subscribe before you go. I'll see you real soon. Bye.